go home, go to bed. I dress something we get this way come when the family unit is overrun, when the structure is undone by some new concoction. Now I walk softly and carry a big stick.
Welcome back to the Franchise Podcast. I'm Joe Arrigo. With me is my brother TQ.
Hey, we back in the building again.
Man, it is UNR week, so you see us sporting the shirts.
Hey.
You can get on franchisesportsmedia.com. Visit the shop. We got you.
Man, let them know how you really feel.
Oh, yeah, man. I want to apologize, though. I want to apologize to everybody that was taken back by what I said about Reno.
Hold up.
Before we went up there.
We got a moment.
I'm going to apologize.
Joe's apologizing,
Yep.
ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in the history of the Franchise Podcast. Remember this day.
Mark it down. Mark it down. Thanksgiving week, I have to turn over a new leaf, and I apologize for everything I said about Reno. It was completely off base, and I was completely wrong because it's a bigger crap hole than what I thought it was.
Oh, man.
It is the worst. It is the meth capital of the world.
Oh, man,
It
you
looks
shot
like
low.
It looks like Yucca Valley, just even worse.
You shot low that time, brother. Hit below the belt. But I must confess, I didn't really have any problems with Reno before you started with the Reno hate, right? And I understand that I'm an adopted UNLV Rebel fan, right?
Right.
I'm a resident of Las Vegas, and that's just what we do out here. But I've been to Reno before I was a full resident of Las Vegas, and I didn't have a problem with the place.
Mm-hmm.
More Tahoe than Reno, but I didn't have a problem with it. But I must admit, looking at it through your eyes, I agree.
Oh,
Terrible place.
what?
Terrible place, man.
Mark this day down for the first time, or second time in franchise history. T agrees with me.
I don't like the place at all, man. Don't like it.
The best part, there was two great parts about Reno. There really was.
What's that?
One, Pinocchio's, where we ate dinner that night.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
That was cool. They have some cool stuff. The big ass salad.
That
and
was good.
The picture of the three dipshits, which is literally the name of the picture on the thing. And then leaving. That was the best part about it.
Nah, I'm going to say this. I like that spread at Carson High School where the state championship was, with the mountains in the background and all that. It was a nice feel. I mean,
It was cold.
it was cold, but boy, Bishop Gorman opened up a can of whoop ass.
They
boy.
were hot.
Woo.
And the thing about
They
the
had
game,
that look about themselves when they came out the gate.
they did.
Like they was mad. They was mad that everybody else got the chance to play at Allegiant Stadium last night, and they had to go and play up in the cold ass ashtray. They didn't like that, man.
Wait.
They didn't like that at all, man.
called
I
it an
saw it
ash-
in their faces, man. I saw it in their faces. They did not like
You called
it.
it an ashtray.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's what it felt like to me. That's what it felt like to me. Look, I feel like the kids and the families from Bishop Manogue got robbed. Now, I don't know if they robbed themselves or if some other decision robbed them, but they would have had a much better experience being able to play on the same field as the Raiders than they would have had freezing out there in the cold.
Man, that game literally, from the first snap of the game, it was over. Micah Apana, the junior running back from Bishop Gorman, 51 yards to the house, force a punt, then 81 yards to the house, 4 carries, 240 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 reception, 1 touchdown. Touched the ball 5 times, scored 5 TDs. Gorman record.
Here's the truth to the nation, including to modern day. Bishop Gorman is different. That's not your average high school football team.
Real talk.
Just ain't. I wish they could play modern day again.
Man, that would be phenomenal.
I wish they could play modern day again. At the end of the day, they had their shot. They lost. But that team is different, man. It sounds different. When Zach runs, it sounds different. than when everybody else runs.
Zach had a
it's a different kind of sound coming up off the mat, man.
Zach
just sounds like a little car or something.
The touchdown reception that he had that they called back, like he made dudes look stupid. He looked like, if you remember the football player Dante Hall, they call him the human joystick.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Zach. I mean, inside stop, go here, stop, back, go left, right,
Gorman
left, right, BA, select, start.
They got speed all over the field, though, man. They got speed all over the field, and it is just it's too much for most teams in the country to deal with.
So shout out Micah Alejado, the quarterback, threw for 53 touchdowns, state record.
Hell of a year, man.
And you know what? As great as a football player, he's a better kid.
Yeah, real good.
Better
real
kid.
Good dude.
And from a little birdie told me this. I got this last night. The two finalists for the Nevada Gatorade High School Player of the Year.
Insider information from Joe Arrigo.
Is Micah Alejado and Donovan Palat.
Oh my! Two of the best players in the city, though, for sure.
Yes, I you know, this is no disrespect to anybody, and we made how we feel. We'll talk about the Silverado Shadow Ridge game in just a second, but Donovan Palat is just wired different. Sometimes God just comes down and sprinkles some dust on certain people, and they have that it factor, and he wires them a certain way.
Yeah.
That's Donnie. And
agreed. Watching
him play last night and really all season and getting to know him on a personal level for the last few years, I don't know. I mean, if there's a better kid, he's like a young man. He's credit his parents. He's raised the right way.
Yeah.
I mean,
now, you know what I like most about him?
What's that?
He is not happy about his season.
At all. He's not.
He is beefy about the season that he had this year. And I could see it in him. You know what I'm saying? That's that kind of drive, man. I always say it. I love this book that Trisha got me about Kobe Bryant. And there are certain things in certain people. And you can pick them out in sports. And being a fan or just reading up or studying up on those kind of people or even knowing those kind of people can help you recognize it in others. And he's one of them people, man. It's just a relentless attitude towards being great. So it's like that's somebody I expect great things from.
Me too. He's going to make me root for him at UCLA. Like, I hate UCLA with the pat. Well, no, I dislike them. I don't hate them. But like, I rooted for DTR because great kid, local guy.
Right.
And now Donnie's going there. It's like, damn, I can't get like one to not go there so we can legitimately, like, I can just not root for anybody on that team. But
oh, you got hell coming now. I mean, I never been, you know, I'm a SC fan, but I never been one to hate UCLA. I just can't do it when it's got LA in the name. I'm not that guy.
So you like the Angels?
I don't like them. I don't hate them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like I don't detest them. Like even the Clippers, I don't detest the Clippers. Honestly, I don't really consider the Clippers. My body and my mind doesn't allow me to do it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I don't hate them. You know what I'm saying?
TQ admits that he's just pretty much two teams in every sport, so he could always come out on top.
I do not have two teams in every sport. Just saying, I'm an LA homer, and I don't really hate no LA teams. I'm trying to think of one that I hate. Ooh. I don't even know many California teams that I hate. If you're in San Diego, yeah, I hate you. All right?
Timmy T is talking about you again.
Padres, Chargers, yeah, I don't like them. I don't necessarily like the Clippers either because I forgot they came from down there too. They have a bit of a stench, a San Diego
small stench.
Yeah. But I don't, they don't bother me. UCLA doesn't bother me. But I'll tell you this much, they're gonna get a leader when Donnie gets there.
100%. In credit again, not just his parents, but also the Silverado coaches with identifying traits in him and allowing him to be him. And I want to put a bow on the Gorman game. They beat Minogue 70-6. They have the Geico Bowl coming up on the 17th. They have an outside chance to win the mythical high school national championship, and dominoes have to fall into place. Mm-hmm. St. John Bosco plays Mater Dei. They're in the same league in open division down in California. Mm-hmm. Mater Dei beat them, I think, 17-7 earlier in the year. They play again this week, and the winner of that, well, if Bosco beats Mater Dei is going to drop in the rankings. Gorman will move up, presumably. And if they play Chaparral Madonna out of Florida, and who's ranked 5th right behind Gorman at the Geico Bowl, Gorman has a chance to win the national championship. There's certain things that have to fall into place, but that is Gorman's path to a natty. If Mater Dei wins, there's no chance at all. So there's that. But Gorman will be playing at their high school December 17th. The game is an ESPN game.
Sweet.
And that's going to be I think it's going to be a special game.
Yeah, man. I like this. I like that. I feel like we're going to see some guys off these teams playing on Sundays.
Absolutely.
That's what I believe. I know that UCLA is getting the leader. USC is getting speed, baby. Speed kills. You understand me?
I'm already knowing.
Number one, that boy's fast.
And number two, he make fast people that are fast look not so fast.
Yeah, real talk.
So let's go to last night's game. Shadow Ridge, winners of 9 straight, the 6th best team in the city according to the Everson Prep Rally.
Shouts out to the Ridge, man.
They came out and played Silverado.
Y'all balled out last night.
Hey, I was thoroughly impressed with Shadow Ridge. My first time seeing them in person.
I told you Shadow Ridge wasn't playing no games,
I never said that they weren't.
Yeah, but you did just looking over them. You know what I'm saying? You
I'm
scooting
not.
them up under the rug.
No,
like they just, I think it should be Las Vegas playing against them. No, it should not be Las Vegas.
No.
And Shadow Ridge showed you it
I
should
didn't
not
see
be
that.
Las
See, they go
Vegas.
twisting words around it to fit your narrative.
Hey,
That's
man.
not true.
Bruh,
That's not true.
In the pudding?
We run the clip. Like I
pudding.
said, I thought Las Vegas is better than what they were last year. They had a chance to beat them, which they did in the first half, but then they got blown out in the second half.
Ridge was on like a 9-game winning streak. What are you talking about?
And Silverado was on a 23-game winning streak. What are you talking about?
We're not talking about Silverado.
I'm talking about the game Silverado played Shadow Ridge.
I'm saying last year, Shadow Ridge
61-27
Silverado for the championship.
Right.
This year, what happens again? They whooped everybody outside of one team and played Silverado for the championship again.
The two
Put
best.
some respect on the Ridge.
Okay,
bro.
if I didn't respect,
let me ask you something. Is this some kind of beef between Shadow
No.
Ridge and Centennial? Like, did they used to whoop on y'all or something when you was a coach at Centennial?
No.
Well, give them their respect, please.
It's not about respect.
It is
No,
about
because
respect.
if I didn't respect them, they wouldn't be ranked 6th behind Arborview, DP.
You didn't rank them 6th.
Yes, they were.
They
They've
ranked themselves 6th. They won 9 games in a row.
They've been 6th all year.
Okay, that's because of
So
them.
they came
That ain't
in at
because of
6th.
you. That's because of them.
We
They
choose where
should
the
come in
rankings are.
at 6. Why? Because they played for the 4A championship last year.
Absolutely, and
so
that's
put
respectful.
some respect on their name.
I'm not disrespecting them.
Maybe
I'm
not disrespecting them.
I'm not on
You need to
IG
put
calling
some
me
more-
a dick rider for another school either.
Yo, check this out, bro. Stop worrying about what. Listen, you
Hey, but
did
if the
worse.
dick's good, what can you say? That's what the girls say, right?
No, that's not what I say.
That's what the girls
Not what I say, bro. Listen, check this out. Put some respect on the Ridge, man. They did
Much
y'all
respect.
did a great job last night.
Obviously.
We commend y'all. Good damn job. Everybody said y'all was just gonna get housed from the beginning, and you did not.
Let me ask you. You didn't see the tweet I
job.
sent out to them, did you?
Man, I don't care about you.
Yeah, exactly. I gave them all the respect and hey, much love. Congrats. You know what? I feel I'm
Yeah,
getting to
because
why
you've seen them ball out. You've seen them ball out now. And you see
That's the
ooh,
first
this a
half-
good
that
team.
first half of
I
football-
wasn't putting no respect on their name.
That
That's
first
what you
half of
said.
football was the best first half of football I seen all year, aside from Gorman Mater Dei. And I was with Brad Talich, local icon, legendary defensive coordinator here in Las Vegas for a number of schools. And sitting with him and watching the game with him on the sideline, it was like football porn. Like the stuff he would point out and say, it was
Where's
phenomenal.
your brain at today, bro?
Bro, it's locked into football.
That can't be.
It
Can't
is.
possibly be.
100%.
Talking about a lot of old non-football stuff here.
Nah, not at all.
Non-football.
Not at all.
Where'd you go after the game last night? I hope you went to the right areas of town.
Shut up, fool. I went home. What the hell you talking about? Like, right area? I think I live in the right area of town. I mean, I don't know. But, I mean, no, but talking with Coach Talich and knowing him for a number of years now, like, the stuff he would point out, and it was great football IQ. Like, he can forget more football than I think most people would know. And, you know, we said going into halftime, he looked at me and goes, this is what a championship game is supposed to feel like. This is how it's
real
supposed to
talk.
be played. And then the second half came and Silverado just did what Silverado does.
Yeah,
Winners of
period.
24 straight now, back-to-back 4A champions. Congratulations. Look,
It's not easy. You know what I saw though? You know, I like to hit both sides of the field or just try to get both sides of the game. Like, it's not easy to coach against Coach O.
No.
Like, he knows his team so well. He knows their tendencies so well. They know him so well. They know the flow of their game and how they want to dictate things so well. That first half, Shadow Ridge coaches really did a good job.
So it's funny you say that.
Of keeping them kind of off balance.
So what we noticed was it was two things. And I'll get to the second one in a minute, but the first one goes to your point. Shadow Ridge runs a double wing. Mm-hmm. And what they did is they used a thing with Coach Talich called a bastard front, which was when he went with the tight end next to a tackle, but another tight end splitting behind the tackle and other tight end. So you had three, which forces the defensive end to get wider in his reach, which opens up a natural hole. And if you're and they were running an eagle front on him, and Coach Talich was like, if they go to an Okie front, moving a D tackle right in that spot, he can split that and then force him inside to the backer, and it should shut everything down.
Right.
Second half adjustment, Silverado did that.
Right.
And it was genius. And credit Coach O. He went in there, made that adjustment. I think he was waiting to halftime to make that adjustment because you could kind of see him on the sideline on the pad with his staff going over things. The second thing is what Shadow Ridge did a good job of is they took Donnie out of the game. That was their focus. Donovan Palat is not going to beat us.
Yeah.
But they couldn't account for Caden Harris.
Nah.
My man from Upland, I talked about him last week, Caden Harris. He went off. First play of the game, 30-yard touchdown on a swing pass. He had a 40-yard touchdown to seal the deal, to cap off the scoring.
Yeah.
And, you know, Caden's the type of kid where the best play, the smartest play he did all game was in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They're up, and he gets the ball on the pitch. There's about 3 minutes left. And he gets the first down, and then he slides. He goes down and stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling.
That wasn't a slide. That was a sit.
Yeah, he did. He sat down.
It's literally sat. He's a quiet problem, man. He's just like, he don't make no noise, but he get the ball in his hand, he's a problem.
Do you know when I knew the game was over? Seriously.
Oh, let you tell it. It was before Shadow Ridge played Las Vegas.
Nope.
That's when you
there
thought
you
the
see
game was over.
twisting narratives again.
I'm not twisting on narrative.
I never said they weren't going to win. I said I thought Las Vegas had a chance to beat
Bro, they
them.
had to troll you. They had to literally
loved it.
A video.
I loved it.
To make you shut your fat mouth.
But I didn't. But did I shut up? Did I? No, I didn't.
They shut you up.
No, they didn't.
They did.
I'm talking right now.
Yeah,
I was talking last week.
Yeah, you're a fool.
I went on IG Live on Saturday and talked.
Because you didn't respect them, though. You're a fool.
I did respect them.
We all know you're a fool for that. You made a bad move.
You got your box. Here
Played
you go.
Yourself.
Yeah, whatever. Do you know when I know the game was over?
Oh, they're going to dog walk them. They're going to dog walk them. No, they're not.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Did they put a 50 burger on them?
Shut up, man.
They put a 50 burger on them. 50 to 20. That's not a dog walk. In the second half, they dog walked them. Second half, they show why they're the second best team in the city, and I said it on camera.
You mad, bro? Why you getting so emotional?
I'm just saying. It's Stephen A. Smith in me.
Why you being so emotional?
That's my Stephen A. Smith impression.
Chill out, man. We just trying to talk.
Not disrespectful.
Talking high school football.
I love it.
We love all our teams out here in Las Vegas.
I love them all.
And I'm just saying, I got love for the Ridge.
I do too.
I like how they ain't lay down, man.
But no,
they listen. Silverado is a better team than them. All right, that's the bottom line. Say what you want. I've been saying it from the beginning. I've been saying it since last year. Silverado gives every single team in this city a game except for Bishop Gorman. Period.
Yeah.
And they score more than damn Minogue would have scored on Gorman.
100%. And here's the thing. There's some Arborview kids, players at the game, and they were talking to me. They were in the stands, and halftime I was talking to them of the Meadows game. Mm-hmm. And they're like, you really think they could beat us? I said, yes.
Yeah.
They're like, what? We're 5A. I said, that means nothing. I go, you guys tapped out before the Gorman game even began. They go, yeah. I go, Silverado wouldn't.
No.
They're going to take punches, and they're going to throw punches back.
Real talk.
And that's the heart of a champion. That's what champions do. That's what Liberty does. They're not going to tap out. They're not going to be happy they scored.
Under no circumstance.
They're not going to be happy they scored a single 3 points or 10 points, whatever. No. They're going to be pissed that they didn't score more.
And they're going to hit people.
Yeah.
Silverado is going to hit people.
Hard.
Period. Liberty is going to hit people. That I saw more than anything else. Another thing, DP is coming.
Yes. They got two young pups, man.
DP is coming.
I agree.
So I mean, it's going to be an exciting switch next year. We'll see what Coach O is able to do without the bulk of his
a lot.
cast of pirates.
Man, he loses leadership, scoring. I mean, he knows it. He knows it.
Yeah. And he goes up, right?
I was about to get to that. But I wanted to say, I knew the game was over when Brandon Tunnel on 3rd and 17 breaks out the pocket.
Yeah.
And literally shakes a tackle and dives dives for the first down. And at that point, you could see Shadow Ridge. You could see that was the backbreaker. You could just, as a player, as a coach, you see that, you're like, okay, that's game right there.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. So to your point, yes. And that's where I feel bad for Shadow Ridge. I feel bad for Shadow Ridge. I feel bad for Silverado, which I can make the argument Silverado should stay down. They have the second lowest population of kids in a school of just over 2,000. That's the same amount as kids, schools up north.
So what's the reason for them going up?
Because they win.
But I ain't gonna say it's a wrap. I'm just saying that's because of a class of kids.
One class of kids. Coronado's moving up. It's Shadow Ridge, Coronado, Las Vegas, Silverado as of right now.
All of them are moving up.
They're moving up to 5A.
Okay.
And I feel bad for Shadow Ridge because they know this was their shot. This was their shot to get a ring and to win a state title. And you're going up with big boys now. You're going up with Gorman.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. Let's just be real.
Right.
So I my heart goes out to the kids.
I mean, here's the
on
thing,
that squad, because they played their ass off.
Here's the thing, though, man. I'm not saying it is anything sinister, but the situation here is a lot different than it is in LA.
Explain.
Like there are a couple of Gormans.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the whole quote unquote recruiting or a kid able to just go to your school without restriction. That happens for numerous schools down there. And here it doesn't. Like it's just Gorman. Like there's no way for the rest of the city to compete. And I don't feel like they should have to. Feel like Gorman is a national powerhouse and they should be judged by the teams that can compete with them, which is only one or two in the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we're going to constantly see this as time goes by, as things get more sophisticated, as Gorman wins more, they're going to continue to be better. They're going to continue to have money poured in for them. The state of Nevada, the Clark County School District, do we expect that it's going to get better under some new political regime? I don't think so. It's been in the bottom of the pot for years and years. So, I just feel like there's got to be some kind of better system. Because I'm not faulting Gorman. I just believe that the nation needs to see them. This city already knows. The nation needs to see them because Las Vegas football would get a lot more respect off the ass that Gorman would whoop around this country
100%.
if they had the chance to play these national teams.
Now, 2 points to that. There's something I want to address, and I want to talk about something we've seen prior to the game. Okay. The first thing is Gorman doesn't pay players. Like I seen someone on our YouTube channel was like, Bishop Gorman, that's what happens when you pay the kids.
Pay?
Yes. Like, no, they don't pay anybody. And you got to credit head coach Brent Browner because he doesn't recruit kids in the city away from other schools, unlike some schools.
Right.
The kids that come into Gorman that are from out of state, those are families that want to come. Yeah. Is there some conversations like if they come, can they play football? Of course. Let's not be naive to the fact. Okay.
Man, I went to a Catholic school, man.
You know how it is.
I went to a football powerhouse. They wasn't paying no kids.
Exactly, but that's. I
tell you this much: it's a whole lot of kids in South Central and Compton. They would rather go to Gardena than to go to Centennial, and their parents would also, especially if they played football. And if the brothers and the sisters was giving away scholarships for them to do it, then hey, do you realize what you've done for possibly a generation?
Changed the narrative for the family.
Literally. So this whole dynamic, that's why I wanted to make sure that I said that the right way. This is not a knock on Gorman or their ability to perform at the level that they do. The point is they don't have the restrictions that a city or a county school district does. So that being the case, let football in the city capitalize off that, as opposed to being so upset by it. And the only way you're going to do that, I mean, we've talked to coaches at the public schools, man, and they know they're not going to win a state championship in 5A.
I mean, you're going to have a special class like Morocco had at Liberty, or even if
special circumstances, you know what I'm saying? It just 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen. And for 2 reasons. That's one reason. That's not the most important reason. The most important reason to me is that I feel like Bishop Gorman should get more respect nationally.
100%. They should.
But they're not going to get it if they just play in Las Vegas schools.
And I
understand the beginning of the season, they go out and they do their thing. I think it needs to be more sustained throughout the season.
Talich brought something up to me. He thought, and he wants to come on the show, talk football.
Anytime.
So we'll make that happen.
Yeah.
But I wanted him to expand. I'll have him expand on it. But he thinks there should be an inner city school championship. And then have 4A and whatever else. And he thinks some of the schools, let's say like a Green Valley or a Del Sol, El Dorado or whatever, like they should combine to one school, and that's how they become. That way you have a freshman, a JV, and a varsity football team. You have more players. You can create a bit more competition because instead of having competition spread out all over the place, they're at one school. You kind of shorten the schools. Man. I mean, I think that's interesting. It's a thought that I've never.
I think it messes with a lot of tradition that people ain't gonna want to hear. Really, I think it's more about there's gonna be an ebb and flow with public school football. There just is. There's sometimes this Silverado phenomenon is gonna happen.
I wish it would happen more often.
Yeah, and every once in a while it will, but it may have happened numerous times. Las Vegas is not going to know it because of Bishop Gorman.
So that leads me to what we seen prior to the game on Saturday, or on Saturday in Reno.
Yeah.
This to me is extremely disheartening because you hear about it all the time. And Gorman knows it, that they're not going to get calls. They're going to be flagged for any and every little thing that they do, or someone thinks that they do. But you and I and Trish were standing on the sideline. Yeah. You guys are getting ready to shoot, and I'm doing my normal pregame stuff.
Yeah.
And the group of officials that were officiating the game huddle up, and they call over another guy.
Two guys.
Yeah. And one guy goes, "Look, last year when they played McQueen, they had a player drop the ball at the 1. We missed the call. You're running behind, you couldn't catch it, but they got the call. But looking back, we blew it. But they're a bunch of showboats. These kids talk trash. We got to pull the reins on them. So call everything you see. You see something, you got to let them know who's in charge." Yeah, these are the officials talking before the game. You and I looked at each other and my mouth dropped. It's that brazen and blatant.
Yeah, man. And it's I mean, as a cameraman that's a football fan and I have played the game before, it's you just hear a lot on the sidelines from every level. That's from the NFL all the way down to Pop Warner. But to just be so
open,
but it's not just open. It's just you already know that this team up here has no shot, right? It's the whole Reno, Las Vegas thing on top of that, and they just wanted to make it as miserable as possible and try to paint Gorman out as just these bad, terrible kids.
And it's not that. This is some of the best group of kids. I mean,
and it's these narratives, anybody can paint a narrative. And you can see some of the refs, I don't know who these 2 guys were, but they seem in charge of them. Yeah, they seemed like they were the bosses.
Well, you heard what the one said, right? He goes, "Well, how you doing?" He goes, "Great. I get to drive home and not fly. I'm 10 minutes away."
Yeah. So it's just those are the types of things, man, that don't get emotional. You're an adult.
Real talk. It's about the kids.
It's about the kids. Let the kids play ball. Look, I personally believe that we got numerous teams down here that would have beat the stuffings out of Bishop Minogue on Saturday. I believe that would have been.
I think there's 5, and I'll name them.
Go ahead.
Silverado.
Agreed.
Liberty.
Agreed.
DP.
Agreed.
Arborview.
Agreed.
Shadow Ridge.
I agree. So the point is, you don't stand a shot no way. Like, don't mar the game up. Like, we got a running clock going here. Stop stopping it for them, stopping the play for them ridiculous penalties. I mean, they just throwing flags for nothing. They said somebody had a
equipment violation because Micah took his mouthpiece out to call the play, change it, and put it back in. They called an equipment violation on that. Like, and to the point where everybody was like, wait, what?
Oh, man.
I coached a long time, played a long time. I have never in my life heard that. Then, you didn't see the other one. So on Micah's second touchdown, the 81-yarder, Roy Otis, the running back coach, one of the best running back coaches, if not the best in the city, right? Great dude. He's behind the sideline, behind the official.
Yeah.
Micah breaks. He's running down. He's so excited. The official's trailing. Veers to his right, runs into Roy, and that's how they got the sideline violation.
I was blocked.
Yeah, because
I didn't understand what happened.
Because he veered to his right and ran into him. It was like, it's not our fault. You can't run straight. Like, like, come on, dude. Like, stuff like that. It's stupid.
Just cheaping the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look. We understand. You know, they from Reno. They on the losing end of this, but like that's a special Gorman team. Of all of the teams, like this is one of their all-time great teams.
I think it's the second best since Tate's junior year.
Yeah, so I mean that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
So you know, just it's a shame that it had to be marred by some just ridiculously stupid calls. But I will say this, man. I hope that next year, we just get some better officiating going on out here, man. Because we just saw some egregious officiating.
Even last night.
A lot of games. Yeah, even last night it was bad.
I called a face mask from behind the play. Like, you couldn't even see, like.
Some of this stuff is just like,
but
again, like, make it about the kids, man. I don't know if these guys are, like, auditioning for jobs for a higher level, but, like, it's all on film. When somebody see you calling a face mask from an angle where you can't see if it was a face mask or not.
I ain't gonna lie.
That ain't cool.
It was a face mask.
It was?
Yeah, he did. But no, here's the most egregious one from last night. On a kickoff, number 17 from Shadow Ridge, curb stomped a player from Silverado in front of three officials.
You said that.
And there was no flags.
I didn't see that.
And then they ate their whistles the rest of the game. Even though I will say this, the umpire for that game, I know his name is Joe. I forget his last name. One of the best in Vegas. I've had him on these college games.
Yeah.
I've had him when I was coaching at Centennial.
Yeah.
And one of the best. I mean, he knows what he's doing down the book. There's a couple like that, but
it's like I just feel like
there's a shortage.
Okay, so like that makes sense. Cause that's what I was getting ready to say. It just seems like a lot of these guys don't seem to be sure of themselves this season. And maybe it's because they knew, you know what I'm saying? If it's a shortage, then that makes sense. But like, hopefully we can get some study in the off season and just like, man, because it's been some bad calls this year, man. That's just fortunately in most of our Vegas games this year was blowouts anyway, so they didn't really change how the game was gonna go. But still, man, it's like needs some consistency and some education with these refs out here.
Absolutely. So we want to congratulate officially Andy Cocho.
Yes.
Astalaza from Silverado on his second straight NIAA championship. He is now 7th in all-time wins in the state. Wow. Found that out last night.
Good work, Coach.
And congratulations on 24 straight wins with a very special group and his whole staff. Because, there's going to be a couple people retiring out here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, I say this much, man. As a cameraman and somebody who just loves football, like, it's been a joy to cover y'all for the last 2 seasons, man. I love the way your football program works. I love the communication. I love the football knowledge of each one of those kids from the linemen. I felt like they lost a bit of beef on the line this year. They did, right?
They did.
But they got some tough guys, man. And I feel like they really love their coaches. They really played for each other. It was a real family atmosphere. And I mean, that's the key to winning, because I see a lot of the same thing on Gorman's sideline.
Absolutely.
It's deep to see so many things alike between the 4A and the 5A champion and how they run their programs, man. It just tells you it's a recipe for winning. And that starts with the person. Starts with the man inside. Like, you know, we've been speaking about the talent on both of those teams, but they got good kids on those teams, man. We know them.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, with Coach O, Jamie Ditto, the principal, and Rico, the AD. Congratulations to you guys. And congratulations to Brent Browner.
Yes, sir.
Back-to-back state champions. Love you, Noop. And Grant Rice, the entire Bishop Gorman football staff and administration and the players. Your job's not done. You got one more. Yeah. So I will be there. You gonna be there?
Oh, for sure.
We'll be there. So job's not done. And I want to see the Gatorade bath because they didn't give Browner the Gatorade bath.
Really?
No. They said they're waiting to the Geico Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We can't do. Come on, man. We can't have him searching for it, bro. At the end, gotta make sure. Why you just give all the business? We might need to cut that out.
Yeah, we have to cut that out, maybe.
Come on, man.
I mean, I think he knows it though too.
Business away, bro.
I mean, it's what.
I gotta make sure I'm away from that though. Not trying to get sticky stuff all over the lens.
Not in the white shoes.
Oh yeah, man.
See, I'm looking out for the gear. You're talking about lens. I'm talking about clothes.
I don't know if that's cool or not, though, bro. To be honest, man.
I'm not a cameraman.
Check this out. Let me send a shout out to the wonderful, wonderful organization that is the NIAA. Thank you guys so much for allowing us to cover high school football in the state of Nevada. Thank you for all of your help and making it wonderfully accessible for us. Thank you for allowing us to shoot the post-game show, allowing us to put some publicity on these great student athletes that we have out here in the state of Nevada. Thank you guys so much for all of the work that you do. I know it's hard. I know it's not easy. Got things coming from all over the place. But we as a company, Franchise Sports Media, we love you. And we say happy holidays. And it was a great high school football season for 2022.
Shout out Donnie Nelson.
Yes, indeed.
All right. So you said football.
See how that's done?
You say football starts at the top, right?
Good guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna bite.
Yeah, it starts at the top.
Yeah. Well, Josh McDaniels, my guy, got a win on Sunday with his Raiders. Hey, I'm glad.
He did, man.
I'm glad against a Bronco team which saw the best Russell Wilson of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked like Dangerous cooking. That's what he looked like.
I mean, he said, let's ride off to the sunset, but that's okay.
Here's the thing, man. I sound like a broken record. I don't care. I think I'm going to make sure to say it every episode. Maybe I'll say it throughout the off season too.
Oh, Lord.
Defense. When you play defense, good things happen. When you stop people from scoring, when you get to the quarterback, you don't even have to put him on his butt. Just get to him. Mm-hmm. Make him move away from the place where he wants to be when he throws the ball, right?
Uh-huh.
That's the key. Well, when you play defense, you win games.
Point two things out. That may have been the most dominant performance from Max Crosby I've seen in his career.
Yep. Agreed.
And you know what also wins games?
What?
Getting the ball to Devontae Adams.
This is true. This is true.
Tay, I'm waiting on the call, bruh. Come on through. We're waiting. You know what? I'm coming to you. How's that? We're going to come to you, Devontae. We're going to come to you.
Hey, man, look. I just believe that we're not going to get a chance to see what that thing could be. Just we're not going to see it. Devontae Adams in his first year with Aaron Rodgers was a very different player than he was last year and year before that with Aaron Rodgers. Correct? This is correct, right?
He was a rookie, yeah. Okay. I would say Devontae Adams' third year in the league, because second year he didn't have a good year at all, and he'd be the first to say that.
Oh, okay. What I'm saying,
third, but yeah,
the first couple of years, he wasn't Devontae Adams that he is right now.
He was good, but he wasn't like that.
That's my point. And he had some time to learn his quarterback.
So what are you saying?
He's not going to get that time because they probably going to try to get somebody else in here as a quarterback. And
You know,
that's just what it is, man.
I've been thinking about this, and I think about it a lot because I genuinely would like to see the Raiders win. To be honest, you know, all joking aside, I know I poke fun and whatever. That's just me just having a good time. People that know me know I want to see him win. I think there's a big difference from maybe what Derek Carr thought in terms of throwing to Devontae Adams. He's used to throwing to Fresno State Devontae Adams. He's not used to the best receiver in the NFL over 3-4 years, Devontae Adams.
Okay.
And there is a big adjustment. And I agree. I don't think that Derek Carr is going to be returning to the Raiders. Not because he sucks or anything like that, because he doesn't. He doesn't suck. Beyond what Raider Nation wants to say, Derek Carr does not suck.
Absolutely not.
He's a very good quarterback. Is he elite? Is he the elite? No, but he's very good. But sometimes, for the betterment of both parties, a change of scenery is needed to take steps forward for both the career and the organization's future. And I think that is the reason why. Because I just think there's times where enough is enough. We've seen enough. We've seen the sample size, and we're ready to move on.
Yeah, I guess so. But I will say this much. Wherever he goes, he is going to torch us. Thank God that he's not going to end up somewhere in the AFC West. I hope he doesn't end up in the AFC period. Probably gonna go to the Colts, go to the playoffs.
Commanders, maybe
Commanders, go to the playoffs.
Panthers.
If he goes to the Panthers, he's not going to the playoffs.
Houston. How would that be?
That makes sense.
David was there, and then Derek goes back.
That makes sense. I just think before Raider Nation gets the fruit from that trade, we're gonna miss Derek Carr. Gonna wish we still had him.
I got an idea. What if they traded him to San Francisco for Jimmy Garoppolo? You get to keep Carr as your quarterback.
Bro, check this out.
What?
Check this out. I need to explain something here. Okay.
Here he goes.
Jimmy Garoppolo is not a better quarterback than Derek Carr. And any fool who thinks that that's the case needs to stop talking about quarterbacks. What Jimmy Garoppolo has is a defense.
In the running game. The Raiders have a great
Raiders have a running game, and they have had a great running game numerous times over Derek Carr's career. It's not about the running game. It's about the defense. Jimmy Garoppolo, ever since he came in the league, every year that he's been in the league as a backup or as a starter, has had a defense. Derek Carr's had one once. He's had one once and a half. He had one for half a season last year, went to the playoffs. Had one back in, 16, 15, whenever that was, went to the playoffs. Jimmy Garoppolo would come to Las Vegas and lose.
Well, see, let me take you down the rabbit hole.
Lamar Jackson would come to Las Vegas and lose.
I'm going to take you down the rabbit hole because Gus loves when I do it.
Go ahead.
Garoppolo knows the system.
So?
Garoppolo, and he's a free agent. So you really wouldn't have to trade him. I'm just saying, and it won't happen because the 49ers have Trey Lance. So I was doing that so I can get a reaction from you. But it makes sense, or
doesn't.
It does, because they're going to move on from him, and let's say they get a second round pick. Let's say it's a high second round pick, or even a first round pick from the Colts, right? Now you got to have somebody that knows the system, because what will happen is, I believe Josh McDaniels will want to develop a quarterback, draft and develop, at least for a year. Jimmy Garoppolo is a great placeholder. He knows the system. He's played in it. He's played for McDaniels.
I mean, that's cool, but you're not going to win no games. That's what I'm talking about is winning.
You're talking about winning games, but
you're going to win two. You're going to be 2-7. Get Jimmy Garoppolo next year with this team, with this defense. You're going to be 2-7.
Well, you build. That's where the rest of the draft is. The defense. You're building a defense. Now you're having long success. Now It's a thought.
And what's Devontae supposed to do during this time?
Hey.
Sit there and get old? And Max Crosby, what they supposed to do?
Max Crosby's on defense.
What is he supposed to do?
Eat. Devontae will eat. Garoppolo get him the ball.
Man, listen, man.
Gets the ball to Deebo Samuel, and Devontae's better than Deebo Samuel.
Bro, these dudes we're gonna look up and these dudes gonna be long in the tooth. Devontae got more money than the law allows, and so does Max.
The law doesn't allow you to have any certain amount of money.
Them dudes ain't talking about no money right now because they got their money. They want to win. They want hardware. Nobody trying to sit around and wait for. Ain't nobody trying to wait. Nobody trying to do that. The city ain't trying to wait. Fans ain't trying to wait. The good players on the team are good right now. Like you gotta help Max Crosby now.
You can hit the reset button and not have to wait a year. There's numerous teams that have done it. It's not team.
Who?
The Vikings. Look at the Vikings this year.
Man, the Vikings just got beat by
They're
8,000 points.
They're 8-2.
They don't play nobody. They ain't played nobody. As soon as they play somebody, they get smashed.
The Dolphins.
Man, come on, man. The Jets, the Patriots, Fugazi. These records are puffed up. Watch what happened to the Dolphins in the playoffs.
We'll see.
Watch what happened to the Vikings in the playoffs.
I hope they lose.
Man.
I want the Vikings to win anything.
It's puffed up, bro.
Look at the Cowboys. They hit the recycle. They hit the reset button a little bit, and
them dudes been hitting the reset button since 1995.
Hey, that's just hard. That's your disdain for the Cowboys, which I have too.
But what have the Cowboys done? They've done nothing.
You're talking about winning games. They're above. They have 2 losses. You're talking about winning. I don't care who they play. You still have to win the games.
Man, we talking about playoffs. We talking about sustained winning, dog. I'm talking about being in there every year. That's what the Raiders supposed to be.
Buffalo
got an all-world quarterback.
They hit the reset button.
Is that just gonna happen? Is that just gonna happen?
They hit the reset button. They drafted him.
Did they
got
have
him on the rookie contract?
Devontae Adams on their team and Max Crosby when they did that?
They have Stephon Diggs. They had Trey White. They had Stephon. They had Trey White. They had Stephon Diggs the following year, but they had Trey White. They had Ed Oliver
and the best pass rusher on their team at the same time.
You said Max Crosby is the best pass rusher in the NFL?
Yeah, this year for sure. And Devontae is the best receiver in the league this year for sure. Look up the stats. They both the best at what they do. And they're both on a trash team right now.
He's only saying that about you, Devontae, because you're no longer on Green Bay. Because when you're on Green Bay, he ain't the best. He's on Green Bay. Look who he plays against every other week. There's Cap.
Yeah, he showed me now.
There's Cut. Oh, he showed you now
because he playing against competition.
Oh shit.
He playing against competition. And then I look at what Green Bay is without him. They're trash. So that tells me that you were right about Devontae. Good. Thanks. You want me to say thank you again?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
No, let's let.
You want a cookie?
Yes.
All right.
Peanut butter.
Got it.
Good. Now I want some banana pudding. It's Thanksgiving time.
No. You're going too far.
What? You don't like banana pudding?
Hell no, I don't like banana nothing, man. That's just nasty.
You're crazy.
Like, why is that a fruit? Is that really a fruit?
It's bomb.
It's nasty. It's like mush. It's like, and it makes your breath funky, man.
Banana pudding.
And it's always somebody. Do you notice when somebody's eating banana, they always want to talk to you?
Not me.
Don't talk to me.
No.
Just eat your banana and go somewhere else. I don't want to talk.
Banana pudding, man. All right, so it's Thanksgiving. This is Thanksgiving show, and we're arguing more than any show.
Because you got some terrible takes.
And you got worse than me.
It's got terrible takes.
All right.
And then you won't put no respect on Shadow Ridge name.
And you're going to talk.
That bothers me.
That's not bothering you. That's why you laughing.
That bothers me when you got to defend the Ridge, bro.
You didn't even know that hashtag until last week.
Come on, man. This dude think I don't know what's happening with the Ridge, bro. I know what's up with the Ridge.
Where's the Ridge located?
Don't worry about where the Ridge located. It's located on the Ridge, man. Up north, man. Come on, man. Dude act like I don't know what's happening, man. Just don't think I don't know what's happening, man. Just because he's I used to coach Centennial. I don't football coach. I'm Joe. Come on, man. Just put some respect.
I'm an international recording artist. I know more about you than sports. You're wrong. Look, cap, cut.
Put some respect on the Ridge name, man. That's what we talking about here. All right. That was the whole point of this.
Put
some respect.
The whole point of this is talking about Thanksgiving right now, since it's Thanksgiving time.
Thankful for Shadow Ridge Mustangs. How about that?
Thank you for Silverado Skyhawks.
Real talk.
And Bishop Gorman Gales.
Absolutely. 100%.
And Caleb Williams. Fight on.
My man.
Hey, from 4-8 to 10-1. Look, Caleb Williams should win the Heisman this year.
Yeah.
Like, he is the best player in college football.
He is.
He makes throws that only a few NFL players can make.
Bro, I said this last week.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes.
You know what? Do you remember when Mahomes was coming out? Nick Hamilton can vouch for this. I was like, Mahomes is.
Oh yeah, you told me. I'm like,
Yeah.
what, man? Whatever. But I hadn't seen him. I wasn't watching him like that. I ain't watched that league like that. But I'm looking at Patrick Mahomes on Sundays, which I just hate him, right?
Yep.
Because he's just good.
Mm-hmm.
And man, Caleb Williams is the same thing, bro.
No,
it's just the same. But I think he's more athletic.
Caleb Williams is better than Patrick Mahomes coming out of college.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
Arm
like
strength,
I said,
accuracy, mobility,
you
IQ.
put me up on Patrick Mahomes when he was coming out of college.
Peanut put me up on Caleb Williams. My son Peanut, Dominic, told me. So we were out there for Joey's funeral.
Yeah.
And we were talking football, and he goes, Dad, like, Spencer Rattler's trash. And I'm like, yeah, but he's like this 5-star. He's going to be starting. He goes, Dad, they got a kid from D.C. that moved to Oklahoma and was doing his classes online there because it was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And was going to spring practices, learning everything while he was there. Okay. And he goes, Caleb Williams will be the starter by week 3. I'll be damned if he wasn't starting by week 3. Took over and hasn't looked back.
Peanut.
And then, man, so I give.
He's a beast, man.
He is.
I love to see him play, man. He puts it on his back. So it's funny you said that. Like, he is one of those rare breeds that is able to win in spite of his defense. And I think Raider Nation needs to understand that if you want to win now, that's what's going to happen to our team. And it's one thing to be able to do that in college. That's not easy to do in the NFL. Yep. Just doesn't happen.
Yeah, you're right.
So any quarterback that the Raiders have coming in, he's got to be boy wonder, or it's going to be impossible. Because the USC defense.
Shout out Corey Foreman.
My mans.
You went to, okay, this is how small our world is. You went to high school with Kevin, his dad.
Yes, I did.
I coached Corey with the Corona Chargers.
Deep.
Like, I mean, that is, and his older brother as well. So I mean, it's great to see that that USC, and it's great that they're back.
Yeah,
college football is better when USC is back.
It is. I don't consider it back yet because I think they need another recruiting cycle here and another transfer portal. I want them to do everything that they can do to win these next 2 games to get into the playoffs and have a good showing there. I don't believe they got the dogs.
They can't beat Georgia.
To beat Georgia or Ohio State.
I don't know, Ohio State, I think they could. I don't think Georgia.
I don't know, man, because they can't stop anybody.
Neither can Ohio State.
Yeah, but
we'll see Ohio State this weekend when they play Michigan. But then again, is Michigan a fraud because they're not going to have their running back? He's out.
They can't win without him.
Yeah.
So
true.
I believe that this cycle, if UFC can get themselves into the playoffs and just have a good showing, play some good ball, that transfer portal, you think it was good this year?
Oh, boy. And this is USC's like parting gifts to the Pac-12.
Yeah,
because the Pac-12 has rode the coattails of USC forever.
Since it was a 10.
And when USC doesn't win, the conference is down. No disrespect to Oregon or Washington, the only 2 teams in the conference that could bust a grape or thought they could bust a grape, because even UCLA couldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight during that time. Yeah. And USC is the cash cow. And now they're back. They're back to winning games or double-digit wins. Yeah. They're playing for the Pac-12 championship here in Las Vegas on December 2nd at Allegiant Stadium.
It's going down, man. They got to beat Notre Dame on Saturday. They got to beat Notre Dame on Saturday.
UNLV lost Notre Dame. They played them tough. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, USC could beat this Notre Dame team. They should beat the brakes off this Notre Dame team.
They should beat that Notre Dame team. UNLV, look, man.
Hey, it's Reno week.
Check this out, man. This shit started off on the right way. You understand? We've been with y'all the whole while. We watched you in training camp. We watched spring football. We watched you come out of this beginning of this season just like we expected y'all to. We knew this was the best UNLV team that we had covered.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
went off the rails. I understand there was some injuries there, but this Hawaii game, man, you guys are not forgiven at the moment. So go get that cannon. Go get that cannon on Saturday. And let's start this thing off right for next year. For real.
I don't think... I think Coach Arroyo understands how important it is now, especially after last year with everything that happened in that game with Brendan Scott getting headbutted, right, and just the dirty play that is UNR on a consistent basis when they're up in Reno. And I think, and I was talking with a player yesterday, and super senior, it's AJ Ajuke.
Yeah.
Ajuke, excuse me. And, you know, he's been here now, got 2 degrees. And he's like, he wants this game more than anything. Like, he's like, Joe, I got to bring the cannon back. I have 2 of them. I'm 2-2. I want to have a third.
Yeah.
And it's imperative that the guys on the team, this UNLV roster, know how important it is to the city, how important it is to the school, how important it is to the tradition that you're trying to build in the foundation. This is that game. You can't look at the Hawaii game any further. You lost. You blew it. You choked. Bottom line, that's what happened. Period. You went in there, you thought you were going to walk through them, and they played different on the island, and they punched you in your mouth, and for the first time all year, your nuts shrank. And it was tight. Disheartening from someone that knows you guys on a personal level.
Yeah.
That knows that your coaches don't teach that, don't preach that, don't accept that. You shouldn't accept it either. This week against UNR, you go win that cannon and paint that bad boy red.
I was about to start playing like the Hail to the Chief, or like have some missiles and some jets flying off. That was pretty good, man.
Got Coach
got a little gassed up and tapping my foot right
Appreciate
here.
that, you know.
Good job. Good
All
job.
right, before we get out of here, let's talk about what we're thankful for. You can go ahead and start.
Hey man, I'm thankful to still be here, to be honest. Been around the world. I've seen how bad this planet can get, and it's a testament. Like, a lot of times we all have our problems that we go through, right? Everybody has them. It's all relative. It's levels to all of it. But in my particular situation, just because of my life experience, I've been able to see the bottom of the bottom. Like, I've been out in the provinces in the Philippines. I've been out on the Pakistani-Indian border. I've been way into Eastern Europe. A lot of these places, man, where poverty is the norm. It's the norm. And I'm thankful that at the times when I'm going through something personally, whether it's my family or my friends or our business or whatever the case, I'm able to look back at those things and just say, man, thank you, God. It could be so much worse. But for whatever reason, He's put us in the position that we're in to be able to create content, to be able to give back to our community. And I'm thankful to have been chosen to be a steward for this long.
For me, it's, you know, I echo what you say, especially giving back to the community and being a steward. I haven't traveled the world. I'm not that fortunate. But what I am thankful for is my family, my friends, you people that are watching this, the people that I meet on a daily basis that we develop relationships, my children. You know, when we do this business like we're in, and I'll pull the curtain back, there's a lot of sacrifice, you know, from our end with Trish and TQ and myself. I haven't seen my kids since September.
Bro, if you start crying, I'm going to walk off set.
I'm not crying.
All right.
But I haven't seen my kids since September. You know, FaceTime is a great thing because I'm able to see them that way. But to be able to hug them and kiss them, I can't wait to wrap my arms around them to do that. And I'm thankful for health. You know, there's so many people in our lives that like my grandmother, you know, I had a health scare. We thought she had a heart attack. Thankfully, it wasn't. Yeah. It was something else. My grandmother's my world. So I'm grateful she's still here. And, you know, I'm grateful just to be able to wake up every day and look at all the gifts from God, from the stars to the sun to the clouds, and to be able to go listen to water hit a beach when that time comes, or listen to the rainfall. Those are the things that mean something. What we do here, our opinions are our opinions, but at the end of the day, we can put that aside and just say we're all people. We can shake hands, we can disagree, and be cool with everything. And the last thing, just food for thought for you guys before we get up out of here. Life is a precious thing. Life is a very precious thing. Please respect it. We see too many times nowadays in our world, people getting killed for no good reason because somebody got upset or somebody got into a fight at a basketball game and that he's plays for another team and he's coming into town, so we're going to set him up, which happened in New Mexico. Things like that, we got to stop. We got to appreciate what we have in our lives because life is precious. We got to respect it, and we got to appreciate it.
100% correct. I agree. Young people, man, it's about self-preservation these days. Like when it's over, it's over. I don't know what happens next, but I know I like to see the sun and the mountains and the stars and all that.
Except in Reno. We don't want to see that anymore.
For real. So look, man, everybody have a great Thanksgiving. Once again, we want to send a shout out to all of Las Vegas high school football, every team, every coach, the athletic administrators, the principals. We had a ball covering y'all this year. We're here for you. We will be back next season. We're going to try to get some basketball in this year. We're not going to promise. But we're working on it. And that's that, man. It is what it is. Happy Thanksgiving from the franchise, baby.
When the family unit is overrun, when the structure is undone, by some new concoction. Now I walk softly and carry a big stick, original gorilla in the midst. Get a lead, and assist, no look dish.